Good morning, Johnny. I just thought I'd let people see what I see every morning. Not exciting, but I enjoy it. Thank you. Nice cup of coffee. Watch the morning go by. Yep, it's going to be about, what is Fahrenheit, 34, probably 91, 92 degrees today. Beautiful day. We've been getting away with a very mild summer. Although those people in North America and Canada have had a fairly savage winter, but normally when we get a mild summer, we get a nasty winter too. So could be good. We get rain that way. Don't see much rain. What's happening with people? They sleep, so I'm not on 24/7, so I don't know what goes on. Anything exciting? Anyone win the lotteries? No? Probably nice for someone to watch ground that doesn't have or frost. People taking their kids to school. Sun's been up for a couple of hours now. Anyone got any questions about Australia? Things you might not know or might want to know? Very peaceful listening to the birds in the morning. We don't have birds in cages. It's a big no-no with us. We've got millions of them. We don't need a cage. I'll have to trim that dill plant again too. What's the temperature about now? About 78, 79 degrees now. Oops, I'm sorry, I missed that question. I'll turn the camera around. Hang on a sec. How do I turn the camera around? Here it is. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Not really. Apologies, I saw a question go up and I didn't read it. So the camera just facing away from me. Could you repeat the question, please? G'day, RC. Beautiful day here. Mind you, summer's always good. But like I said, we've had a very, very mild summer. Call it the coolest summer in about 30 years. It feels like it too. We've had days I've just taken off a dressing gown. That's normally not needed in the middle of summer.
Call it right.
Hang on, I can see a message thing there. Show live chat messages. Oh, and I've done that. I've missed someone's question. You said it's been a mild summer, but over in East it's been hot. Tell me why is it? Yeah, that's weird, Johnny. We used to live in, I told you before, we used to live in Richmond and geez, it gets hot. And we've got, our mother lives in Riverstone. Some hot days. Yeah, it's like a lot of that central air in the middle of Australia has just been floating across the east this year. And I think we had a hotter summer than normal. What did they get? 47 in Penrith.
Yeah.
I think it was Johnny. I think it was 47 in Penrith on about 2 weeks ago. This summer. But we're getting away with it. In Western Australia, we're normally the hottest. But it's been very mild, so it's good. There's nothing wrong with a mild summer in Australia. I do know some friends of mine in Texas, they've had a shocking winter. And even further down south, they've been getting the cold. I think it was Coates that we had really freezing temperatures near New Orleans. So I don't know how cold it gets in New Orleans, but it seems unusual. The further south you go in the US, it seems to be better at this time of year. But people say in Florida, one of my lives up in the Midwest, but he used to come stay in my house next month. This live chat thing. I'm seeing some of the messages. Can I turn my camera sideways and read messages while I do a live chat? Can someone tell me?
Yes, you can.
Oh, well, just,
For you. There's crows in the tree.
oh, I've got a big old man crow looking at us, but I'll try and turn it sideways. Rotation is locked. Rotate device back. Oh, okay. No, I can't, apparently. 65 degrees in Alabama. That's a nice temperature. Cool for us, but I imagine that's okay for you guys. But global warming and all that stuff, I mean, we don't live long enough to suggest that we know the variances in temperatures. We do know that man fucks up the planet. Dirt and shit and things we have, and so many of us, and yeah, we're stuffing up the planet, but we don't live long enough individually to say, oh yeah, 300 years ago it wasn't like this. It gets 100 during summer. Seriously, DW, we can have, in a good summer, a hot summer, we can have 30, 40 days over 100 without much trouble. I used to live in a town north of Perth called Geraldton, and I used to work up in places called Marble Bar, which every day at this time of the year will be at least 45, 48 degrees Celsius every day. Make it stop. I got an email from you saying, did my wife... I thought you did.
I got a first message.
So we got the address?
I haven't checked this morning.
Did you send her the address, Make It Stop? Yeah, 106, 108. Kenny, I think the difference is humidity. We can have seriously 115, 110, and it's dry. It's hot, but I've been to Sydney. She said yes. What are you saying yes to? Make it stop. But anyway, Kenny, like I say, it's the humidity. I've been in like cities like Sydney when it's only 28, 29 with the humidity. Darwin, the same. It feels much hotter. This is the longest saga in giving away a prize on YouTube with Make It Stop. I've had 4,000 messages. None of them include the actual address I sent it to. I really think that Make It Stop is indeed Mike the Millionaire. That's what I think. Make It Stop. Are you Mike the Millionaire? You're just being cagey with your address? You work for the CIA? Yeah, Phuket is humid. I'm kidding, Kenny. Phuket, we've been in Thailand a couple of years in a row now, and it's not too bad. And what was the average temperature there? Probably 30, I suppose, wasn't it?
Yeah.
About 30 degrees. Normally, if you're in those sort of countries during the day, you sit around the pool and have a good time, and in the evening when it's cooler. Some good things to see in Phuket and Thailand in general.
They give all the ladies in a room of flowers.
Here we go. I've sent so many PMs, sent two different PMs. Do any of them include the address? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you get the humidity with even 80 degrees Fahrenheit, but with high humidity, you just sweat all the time. My wife just said to show all the ladies Happy Valentine, which hasn't happened in the US just yet. I think you're a few hours away, but to all the ladies, Happy Valentine's. There's some carnations out of our garden. It is, I lived in Darwin for a couple of years in the 70s, and it's like anywhere though, you get used to it. You might think it's really, really stinking hot the first couple of months you get somewhere, but you get used to it. We've got people we know in Thailand that struggled for a while, but they're used to it now. We're acclimatised. It does take time. I know I would certainly have to acclimatise if they sent me to the Rockies in the middle of winter. Where exactly did you stay when you went to Thailand? Just on the street near the gutter? No. What was the name of the hotel? Oh, it was a hotel in Patong, outside of Patong, that wasn't too close. Depends had my address. Apparently you've got the address.
Okay, I'll check.
Whew, it's exciting. I can post your prize away. But getting back to your question, JP, and I think it cost about $700-800 for the. What were we there for? 8 days, 10 days?
It didn't cost that much.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah. About, probably you can get a lot cheaper if you went to. If anyone flies into like Thailand, don't book your hotels. We got there. But if you fly into somewhere like Thailand, just wait till you get there, find a reasonable hotel for the first night, and then go for a walk. You just got to walk in, they give you the prices. You can soon work out the conversion from baht to whatever currency you use.
$33 a night.
No. But, yeah, it's just, go travel, just get out there. Yeah, JP, I think one of the places, if we do go back, we'll go up north to Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai and places like that. Gets a bit dicey when you're near the Cambodian border, they say, so we'll probably steer clear of that. But if people can travel, go do it. Just, even if it's not the highest class hotel you're staying in or whatever, get out and see the world. Living in the one spot all the time, thinking about doing it means you never bloody do it. But beautiful country. We used, Australian millions used to go to Bali, but that's just about over and done with now. People still go there, don't get me wrong. Some people I know have been every year for 20 odd years, but it's not the Balinese that are the problem, and I'm not having a racial slur at anyone, but there's a lot of Javanese that run businesses. You've been to Chiang Mai, but not Chiang Rai. Yep, apparently. Yeah, there's lots of expats there. But Javanese don't. For Woolly. I'll show you Woolly. Of our little visiting friends in the morning. It's a woolly wagtail. Cheeky little bugger. He likes broken up biscuit. As you can see, that's what he's eating now. Yeah, Chiang Mai is what I thought. I know there's plenty of Brits, Aussies. A lot of the expats will go back to their own country every now and then. They don't just full-time live in Thailand. Quite a few of them will, because rentals are pretty cheap. There's a guy on YouTube called Kev in Thailand. If you want to see a little bit about the area in Pattaya where he lives. He's being cheeky. Here he comes, the woolly wagtail. Yeah, watch a few channels like that before you go. Flights from Australia to Thailand are pretty good. You can get a return flight for about $4. And if you're going somewhere like that, you probably need only about $100 a day. You can't eat that much food. It's quite cheap. A steak, chips and salad's going to cost you in Australian dollars probably $6. Here it'll be about 18 to 20. And the food's good. Don't worry about the water in Thailand. It's all filtered. What? Yeah, you just wherever you go, if you're not sure, just buy bottled water. As long as it doesn't look like mud in the bottle, drink it. But no, they're very people, not only for tourists but for themselves. Beautiful country, Thailand, and one well worth the list if you can. We've been to Vietnam. Like I say, whenever you go to these countries, you hear all sorts of weird stories before you go there. We found Thailand nothing but a pleasure to be. Same with Vietnam. The people of both countries are very friendly. And you, if you wanted to, could find the dark spots. Don't tell anyone I'm Mike the Millionaire. Yeah, we've been to Bali. It's not being on the north coast of Australia, Bali. Let's be honest. It's often funny. On the west coast of Australia, we have that much coastline, beautiful beaches. And then you get to Bali and it's probably, without being rude, it's not as good as ours. And there's beer, cheap beer to have, and you can walk around in the shops, but it doesn't really attract us anymore, Bali. And I'm not trying to destroy the Balinese Tourism Bureau at all, but plenty of countries near us that are diverse, not all the same. You go to one, Thailand's different than Vietnam, and the birds are coming for a drink now. I'll turn around and stick so you can see them. But I don't know, a lot of people I met and spoke to in the US, some do travel, some don't travel. Some reasons, yeah, I'll cook for you if you're coming down. Might be easy for you to come down here and pick up your prize. I'm only kidding. Make it stop so she'll come down and get dinner. We'll organise the food for you, not a problem. And one of the things I get, I laugh about, I mean, I'm sure it's serious for some people, but doxing people. Yeah, I don't fish as much as I used to. I used to do fishing charters. I used to charter and take people out, Johnny, off the Abrolhos. You know where that is. I don't like river fish. I like deep ocean fish, jewfish. Even in the eastern states, they call jewfish different things. Snapper, blue bone, real meaty ocean fish. Even whiting. I don't know how many people actually go fishing these days, but it's probably not as much as it used to be, Johnny. But yeah, so I'm just having my morning coffee. Saying good day to everyone. Yeah, I'm very sure Jewies are different than our Jewies, mate. If you look online, you know what I'm talking about. My address is set to explode in 24 hours. Oh, I see. So it changes. You move tents. Is that what you're saying? Make it stop? You're actually parked outside the address in a tent, and you're going to knock off the mail when it gets there. Well, there's good and bad news. You will get it, but it won't be for about 3 or 4 weeks. I don't know whether they take a canoe to take packages from Australia to the US, but it's not that quick. So, anyone fish? Australians nearly always fish. I haven't done as much as I would like to do, but do Americans go fishing in general? It'll be an experience. Make it stop. If you find that it's unpalatable, and it may be, but we love it. If you don't like it, I'm sure you can find some of the other people that entered that comp, and if you want to send them 1 or 2 little sachets and let them try it. Like I say, every day in Australia, we have Vegemite on toast. That'd be 90% of us. It's some people have bacon and eggs, some people have sausage, egg, full English breakfast, Aussie breakfast, whatever you call it. But a lot of people just have a couple of bits of toast with a bit of Vegemite on it, a cup of coffee. Then they go off to work. I'll send it to Mike at random. Well, you probably get it to random. I don't know how you're going to get it to Mike. That'll be interesting. Banana bread. Was that from Coles or Woolies, Johnny? They do a similar one, but I like the Coles banana bread. I make my own too. It's pretty easy to make banana bread or cake or whatever you want to call it. But there's probably a big difference in prices in food. Homemade, yeah. Yep, I like making my own. Normally I only use 2 bananas in those little mini loaf baking dishes that I've got. 2 bananas, sugar, flour. Sometimes I put in some sultanas. I want to mix it up. But I'm wondering the difference in prices, Johnny, compared to American shops. They have different measurements too. Sometimes it's a bit hard. You can buy a loaf of bread in this country, if you wanted to, 99 cents for a loaf of bread. I would suggest we buy wholemeal, probably medium-sized loaf. You know, you can get big slices of bread or medium or small. Ours is about medium, and it's about $2.50 for wholemeal bread. but it varies. I know that I've spoken to good friends in the US, and food's reasonably cheap. Not sure what the quality's like, but to give people an idea, we call it mincemeat. It's just ground beef in a different country named differently, but a kilo costs about $7 Australian, and that's about $5 US for 2.5 pounds of ground beef. Now I know it's a little bit more expensive there. I don't know why, but our meat is some of it's expensive. Like you buy Scotch fillet, that's about $30 a kilo or two. Everything I say in kilo is 2.5 pounds for those. T-bones about $28 a kilo. Rump steak at the moment it's about $20 a kilo. So 2.5 pounds of rump steak for about $20. And I do get told that meat is more expensive. Chicken apparently is really cheap in the US. All those free radical hormones running through these chickens that only take 6 weeks to grow, or 8 weeks, whatever it is. I used to raise and kill my own chickens, but I'll do it at 14 to 16 weeks. 6 weeks, they're pumping them full of crap. It's like the bacon. I always buy bacon that I know and is guaranteed not to have been pumped with water. And that's why people wonder their bacon spits and farts in the fry pan, because it's releasing the water. You got to look around and get a bit of knowledge and work out what's good value for your money. But just because something's cheap doesn't mean you're getting any value sometimes. It's crap. Anyway, I'm just about done. Just wanted to say good day. US is about 80 cents. So if I went to the US with $1 Australian, I'd get 8. So if I said something cost $10 here, it'd be about $8, if you know what I mean. That's about the conversion. At one time, a couple of years ago, our dollar was worth $1.20. So if I went to the US with one of my dollars, I'd get $1.20. But currency wars, trade embargoes, and all the nonsense that goes on, currencies fluctuate like a fart in the breeze. That's how you can work out the monetary trade around the world. Someone dictates to it when they're pleased to change it. And I'm sure people make a lot of money when the prices go up and down. So what else? What's US overnight that's that exciting? Because nothing much here, other than our Deputy Prime Minister has been banging someone's secretary and he's in deep shit. But that's normal for politics. I'm sure it happens in the US. If you're there, Johnny, what do you think about Barnaby Joyce? Do you think he's on the gone? G'day, Cameo. How are you? Do you think, JP, that Barnaby Joyce is on the way out? From where I live, it's about 19 hours to the US. I could not be... Yeah, I think he's gone, mate. It's about 19 hours to get from the US from Perth. But Australians go everywhere. If I've been in a different country, I'll sit down in a pub and have a quiet one. You can hear Australian voices everywhere. Infiltrate the whole world. We get loads of visitors here, but loads of Chinese at the moment. The Chinese middle class has gone berserk in the last 10 years. They've got money, and they're not frightened to spend it. And a lot of Chinese investment companies are spending big in Australia. I don't live too far away from a river, and I'll just show you something. This is just one of the ladies. I'm sure she won't mind me taking. You'll see her pulling a canoe. No, I'm not. Make it stop. Could not be further away from Australia Zoo than anyone else. I'm on the west coast. Australia Zoo is in Queensland, a little bit up north. But most Australians get around this country. Everybody travels this country. If we're not going overseas, we'll have a good wander around. I've been around. It's called the Steve Irwin Zoo. Yeah, I think you're right. I think he's burnt his bridges, mate, for sure. Anyway, catch you later, JP. He's probably off to do something, like work. Not many people work on YouTube. I work. But I think it's the place where you go. When people retire or don't have a job or, they've got plenty of time, they go down to the bottom of YouTube, see what's going on. Who's down here? Hello? Any place, it really is. Makes me laugh. There's some angry buggers down there, but just leave them alone. Don't poke them with a stick. That would be my advice. Anyway, I'm probably going to go and do a little bit of work now, and I will see what happens arriving on other channels, because I'm sure there's some controversy, some excitement, or some nonsense going on. So I'll catch up with all you good people later. Hope you have a good day. Hope it's not too cold. Certainly not too cold where I live. Blue sky. Take a picture. Stick it on your wall. We haven't been to the US, but we will be. We're going to Canada and the US in the near future. So you can put us up. I don't mind sirloin steak, glazed carrots and a little bit of honey, a little bit of broccoli, steamed. You know, if that's not putting you out at all. Tucker's got a lot of food, but there you go. That's where all you people can go. You're bored of me now. Go on, bugger off. I'll catch all of yous later. Bye-bye.